go live while I wait for my video to upload, so I can get added promotion. Smart, right? But yeah, Jon Jones finally fucking retired. We finally have an undisputed champion who isn't ducking the number one contender. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? It's about time, isn't it? But crazy. It only took 2 years, but here we are. We finally got a proper champ. That's pretty cool. But yeah. I was so ready to make a video about this yesterday, but I was like, I've uploaded like 4 times. I'm just gonna kill my algorithm if I post it. So I did not make a video on this yesterday. It's chilly in Perth today. It's freezing cold. It's absolute freezing. Mason, like the video. You never like my videos. I love you, Mason, but you never like my videos. I always notice. You gotta click that like button. It really helps me out, Mason. But how you going? Tom will go down as the best ever. I hope so. I hope so. It'd be really good. It'd really be good if he did. Then we can just forget about Jon Jones's little reign of terror at heavyweight. Darcy Vendigo. People forget, man. People forget. Darcy Vendi, he's a marauder. But yeah, I did no preparation for this stream or anything. This is literally just so I can get Darcy Shadow Jack's. No, he did. He need him right in the nostril. He's the reason Jack's nose is like that. So what a story it would be if he makes it to the UFC. I mean, it should be Dana White Contender Series 100% next. He got a brutal KO. Brutal is brutal. People forget, man. He's a marauder. I'm pumped for 317. Me too. I've made a nice little prediction video that I'm going to post after this stream, so make sure you check it out after this stream, Mason. Topuria, round 1 domination. I don't think so. I don't want to give too much away because I do want you people to actually watch my stream. But, I mean, not my stream, watch my video that I've uploaded because, I went very in-depth on Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira, so you should just check that out because I think about all the little aspects of what could go into that fight, and I think it's a lot more competitive than people making it out to be, Anyone acting like Charles Oliveira is going to get, immediately KO'd is, crazy. Charles will make it a fight. I do think he'll lose, though, but anyway, you guys will have to watch my prediction video. Topuria won't be scared to fall him to the ground. He won't be, but I don't know. I think it's tougher than people think, but I am going to go with Ilia Topuria. Yeah, your videos are good, dog. Thank you, Mason. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You're a long-time subscriber, Mason. You're one of the first people from my channel. I remember. Don't worry. I remember when you used to have another channel, but now you're on that account. I liked it. Good man. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mason. Remember, the likes always help me out. Help me out in the algo. Always need the extra help, I'm not one of the big channels, Any any show of support, I appreciate. Yeah, I watched you before your face review. Yeah, that is true. I remember that. Yeah, when I used to just do videos. Well, I mean, I still technically, I guess I don't show my face unless I do interviews or I do shorts on my live streams. But yeah, you're an OG. You're an OG from when I must have been about 100 or 200. Made you to do YouTube a full-time job. I mean, I'm trying. Help out a man. Help me out. But I just realized how unhinged this title is. Jon Jones retired to spend retirement in prison. But yeah, he is. I just remembered. Yeah, so Jon Jones is probably going to go to prison. He probably won't, to be fair. He will just keep getting away with it. Jon Jones. I don't know. People say Jon Jones is the GOAT of combat sports, the GOAT of the UFC and everything like that. But Jon Jones, his lawyers, they deserve respect because they're undefeated against the fucking US legal system. I don't know how he has not spent time behind bars at any point in his life. I think he spent time at 17 years of age in a fucking juvie or something. But how he has not been in prison is crazy. I know, he just keeps getting away with it. Man just keeps getting away with it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Bark and Dog Entertainment. Hello, how you going, Bark and Dog? How you going, my friend? I don't know. He just always gets away with it. I don't know what his lawyers, I don't know who his lawyers know or what, but the fact that he has not been in prison is crazy. And I don't know, I reckon a big part of his retirement is that he wants, people to not be talking about this. So he just retired. So, I don't know. He must have known that the Albuquerque news were going to pick up on this story and everything. So he's probably like, oh, I'll do this, and then maybe people talk about that. But I don't know. I think it's backfired. Cormier railed his ass because he was skinny and easy to. It was easy to hold on to him. Hope he didn't rail his ass too hard, and DC put his fat. But yeah, I don't know. Just John Jones. Fucking hell, man! Like, it's just I'm just glad he's finally like the fact that he held the division hostage for like, I mean, people said 2 years, but I'm just talking like after the Stipe fight, like he literally could have just retired right there and then, and we would have just been done with it. You know, nobody would hold on to this about him ducking Tom Aspinall, and I do think he was ducking Tom. I don't think it's because he's scared of Tom. I just think he realizes the risk. Tom's younger than him. Tom was very good. Tough stylistic matchup for him. He's got a good boxing. John's never been good against boxers. Boxers have always given him his toughest time. Dominic Reyes, Alexander Gustafsson in the first fight. Like, these are all tough fights he's had. Even like DC was landing a lot of shots, and DC's got a 71-inch reach. You know, is a fucking wrestler. Like, boxing was never his strong suit. So I think he realized, you know, Tom Aspinall, good heavy hands. He's fast as well. So he's just seen all the risk, and he's like, oh, fuck this, I'm not taking it. Everyone calls me the goat, everyone rims me, even though I beat my wife. So he's probably like, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to risk it. You know, I've already got all these toxic fans who support me, like, so much. Plus, Tom's going to be real mad since the John, like, made him wait for months. Yeah, John made him wait for months for no real reason. He just literally just fucked his own mental health up because Tom Aspinall was wanting to fight, you know, he wanted something to do, you know, with himself, you know. He's not just a guy who just wants to do this for the fun of it. He wants to compete, you know, but you know, John just sat out, just kept talking, yeah, you know, he doesn't deserve the fight, you know, he doesn't deserve the fight. Like literally he's the interim champion. You have to fight the interim champion, you know, you gotta unite it, you know, you gotta I don't know, he just kept saying he doesn't deserve a fight with me. He's literally the interim champion. What do you mean? Like, who else would deserve the fight with you? You're talking about Alex Pereira, for fuck's sake. You're talking about Derek Lewis. Like, do people remember when John Jones was talking about fighting Derek Lewis? Like, I don't know, it's just a joke. But at least we don't have to worry about it now, you know. Tom Aspinall's champ. I reckon they're probably going to do Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. It makes the most sense, you know, at this point. But they could also do Jailton Almeida. I don't think Almeida deserves it at this point, you know. He did get knocked out by Blades a couple fights ago. I think he needs to build himself up a little bit more, but that could be a fun fight down the line. John retiring sucks. I really want to see the fight. Yeah, me too. I wanted to see Tom Aspinall versus John Jones really badly, but unfortunately he just didn't want the fight, you know. There's no denying it at this point that he ducked Tom Aspinall. You can say, oh, you know, oh, it would have been too easy or whatever. Would you prove it? Fucking, you would have proved it. But yeah, John Jones retires, and it just annoys me that he doesn't really retire with a true loss. I know he did lose to Reyes, but he got the robbery win. But it just annoys me we didn't get to see him get proper comeuppance. You know, it sucks because John Jones is literally evil. I don't care what anyone says. The guy literally every single time he's, oh, you know, he's learned his lesson this time. He goes and does more criminal shit. I think John wants to retire undefeated so he can remain. He's certainly one of the best fighters, but he wants to be seen as undefeated, so he won't even fight for some time. But that's just delusional. I could see John Jones coming back. To be honest, I reckon if Tom Aspinall goes on a generational run, destroys all these guys and everything, I reckon his ego won't be able to handle that. If Tom Aspinall goes and does do all these great things, John Jones would just his ego. I don't know. John Jones just has the ego where he won't. I just can't see him fully retiring. He needs to stay in the spotlight. John would beat Darcy in a rematch. I think so, but Darcy Vendy, man, people forget he's a marauder. He's very good, and he's a middleweight, so he's a big dude. He's a very big dude. Retired because he doesn't want to get slept by Aspinall. 100%. He knew the risk, you know, against Tom Aspinall. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just annoys me. It's fucking bullshit. Out of all the ways, like the clip where Tom Aspinall keeps talking about how I'm gonna retire him and I'm not even gonna have to like lay a finger on him is so true. Like literally what happened. Everything Tom Aspinall said happened. But yeah, I don't know. It just annoys me. Really annoys me as a fight fan that this is how Tom Aspinall comes to Undisputed. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, it's good. I'm glad he's champion. He deserves to be champion, but there was just so many better ways he could have got the belt. But unfortunately, he's getting. It's very similar to Robert Whittaker, to be honest. Robert Whittaker got upgraded champion against like the goat, one of the goats. I mean, I don't think John's a goat because he was on roids, but you know what I mean. Like resume wise, one of the goats, but they won't fight the young up and comer. He gets the belt, and he's gonna get probably a fucking lab experiment for his first title defense against Jailton Almeida. And Robert Whittaker fought an actual lab experiment in Yoel Romero. So it's like, yeah, history always repeats itself. Daniel Cormier put up a video that did say John Jones did retire, but he might do something related to the fight game. Still like Conor McGregor. He's now retired, but he still goes to promote Knuckle. But respect to all these fighters that fight in their age. I don't know, it just annoys me that John Jones is talking about how Tom Aspinall's this young up and comer and, he's a bit older now. But, like, the age gap was actually bigger between John Jones and DC. DC was actually much older than John is at this point. And was, like, the age gap was much bigger between John and DC. But DC, he kept giving John the opportunity to fight him and everything. I know he's champion, so I say opportunity, but you know what I mean? Like, he would go up there, fight him. They had the whole beef and everything. But Daniel Cormier would keep fighting him. John Jones was happy to beat all the old up and comer, the old timers and all the old veterans. But then when somebody wants to fight him for the belt, like imagine if Shogun just immediately said to him, "Nah, I'm not giving you the shot, man. Like I'm not. You haven't deserved it. This just proves DC has more balls than John at the same age, at least. DC. The reason DC has all these losses is firstly because he was natty. He's small for the weight class. Well, he's not a small guy, but like height wise, frame wise, he's small for the weight class. But he was such just a generational talent with wrestling, boxing, and everything that he was able to overcome the size difference between all these guys. And he was willing to take the tough fights. He moved up and fought a prime Stipe Miocic. He beat prime Stipe. John had to wait and take on the washed version of Stipe. Plus DC double champ, which many forgot, 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, man. But if you're not already subscribed, Barking Dog Entertainment, because I haven't seen you before. If this is your first time, make sure you subscribe. I go live quite often. I just give my unfiltered thoughts about stuff. Yeah, so if any of you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like the video. Yes, okay. Thank you, my man. Sorry, I always got to promote, I got to remind people, it's all about promotion. But yeah, DC was definitely more of a BMF than John Jones. John Jones always had to have fights on his terms. Do you talk about UFC fights? I do. I talk about UFC cards and everything. I bet Dominic Reyes is laughing at John for ducking. Oh, 100%. I hate that Dominic Reyes doesn't get the privilege of saying he beat John Jones. That decision still annoys me to this day. I rewatched the fight so many times. I just don't see how you can give that. Firstly, to John Jones in general, but 49-46 to John Jones is outrageous. One of the worst scorecards of all time. But yeah, fucking bullshit, man. But I don't know. It just annoys me. Tom Aspinall was right there to take the fucking belt, man. He was there to like win the belt that way, like to beat John Jones. But John Jones just proved that he'll only take the fights on his terms, unfortunately, Like, I mean, this is the same guy who refused to fight Chael Sonnen on short notice. Let's not forget, like, he refused to fight Chael Sonnen, like a middleweight coming up, because he didn't have proper preparation. Like John Jones, yeah, he was great. He has all these title defenses and everything like that, but there is always going to be a big asterisk. He always had to have the fights on his terms. Had to be at his age, had to be against. He never fought the young up and comers, and that's always going to be something people will hold against him. But people will just say he's the GOAT, even though a lot of his wins were against washed guys. That is something that's always going to be factored in. He beat a generation that was entering the washed era. He got very lucky in the beginning of his career. He's obviously very great, and he did use roids. That is going to be worth mentioning. But he did use roids. He found ways to cheat. I just saw your thumbnail. Is John Jones really retiring to prison? I mean, he's going to court next month. He's going to go to court in July, but I doubt he'll see prison. He's just his lawyers are just too good. His lawyers are too good. They're much more undefeated than John Jones. I mean, the title of the law. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I you have to be a bit clickbaity to get people to join. But yeah, John Jones. I doubt he goes in. I doubt John Jones will see prison unless he fucking kills somebody. He will never get arrested, and even then, he'll probably find a way. I don't know. John Jones was always finds a way to avoid prison. But yeah, he is in trouble for like drink driving. He had like a naked woman on drugs in his car. But yeah, I was happy for Dom for getting back on a streak. I hope he becomes a champion. I hope so too. I'd love to see Dominic Reyes find his way to the belt. I generally think he has a good path. You know, I think he's a nightmare matchup for like Ankalaev. You know, Ankalaev could maybe chin him definitely, but I just think the takedown defense very good. I think he's a better boxer than Ankalaev. The only thing that would worry me was the chin, but I think he's. I don't know. The fact that Ryan Spann beat him is crazy to me. Like, I think that Dominic Reyes beats Ryan Spann most times out of 10. That fight just, I don't know, is one of those weird cases of, yeah, he's powerful, I guess, you know, punches chance, but it's crazy, especially because he beat Krylov, you know, he beat Dustin Jacoby. You know, he beat Anthony Smith. These are all guys who would beat and have beat Ryan Spann. It's just, I don't know, just MMA, crazy sport, you know, MMA math never works, but I think Dominic Reyes has a path, you know. Like, I think he could give Carlos Ulberg a tough fight, you know. He could give Ankalaev a tough fight. If Pereira gets back the belt, that's a tough matchup for him because Pereira will just chin him with a very, 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 like, he'll probably just chin him with a hook very early in that fight, you know. But I don't know, maybe Reyes would shoot up a little bit. Not shoot up, not John Jones style, like he'd shoot takedowns, I meant. But yeah. But yeah, it's good to see Reyes on a win streak. I've picked him in all of his fights too, which is something I'm very proud of. I picked Reyes to beat Jacoby, I picked him to beat Smith, and I picked him to beat Krylov. You know, people counting him out in all of those fights except for the Smith fight. So I'm pretty proud of myself for picking Reyes to win those. And yeah, it's just cool to see Reyes on a bit of a streak at the moment. And I hope he can continue it. I remember like thinking when he was fighting John Jones, oh, this guy's so arrogant, you know, he's talking about he's an athlete, you know. But he's actually a very nice guy. He seems like a cool dude. So like in hindsight, what a fucking it's horrible, you know. A really good guy like Reyes gets robbed by John Jones. But yeah. I like Reyes. Reyes is a good guy, you know. I came around to Reyes. And I hope he can continue his success. Light heavyweight's in a weird spot though. I could see so many guys becoming champion, but I don't really see anybody who's going to be a long-term champion, you know. I can see all of these guys getting chinned or losing or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. It's just nobody screams long-term champion. Who knows? Maybe John Jones will have floodgates open years from now. I don't wish that upon anyone, but it could be possible, like the Diddy situation. Get no hate to Diddy. Everything still alleged. 100% that could happen. I mean, John Jones, allegedly, did like I don't know. He like did like a little, I don't know, like he didn't properly do a sexual act, but he like was mimicking a sexual act to an official. That's what John McCarthy said. That's already a weird thing there right now. He did that to a male official. So who knows what could come out, you know? John Jones, he does a lot of drugs. He's always under the influence. You never know what he's doing when he's under that state, you know? But even sober, he's doing weird shit, so fuck knows. Is domestic abuse the best base for MMA? I mean, Cedric Dumas, he's not doing too hot, and I'm hoping he loses this weekend. But yeah, unfortunately, domestic abusers and horrible people just keep winning. Bones will come out of retirement for a big event and fight Tom Aspinall once Tom loses the title. He could do that. I could see. I don't know. I think he's just gonna. I think John is just gonna wait and see what Tom does for a bit. Maybe we'll wait and see if Tom has a bit longer fights. Watch Tom. Maybe get extended so he can build up a bit more tape, and I think John will eventually come back. His ego won't let him retire. If people keep pushing and saying, "Oh, he ducked Tom Aspinall this and ducked Tom Aspinall that," and Tom Aspinall keeps winning, his ego he will come back. His ego won't let him just sit there and take all this abuse online. We know what John Jones is like. He's an egomaniac, all right? John Jones is the biggest narcissist in MMA, and that's saying something because it's a very narcissistic business. But we all know he's very. He's got all the attributes. He's tall. He's got long reach. He's a physical athlete. He's got all the skills and everything. But he still had to go and use roids. He's a very insecure person, John Jones, you know. So him hearing all of this stuff, if all the fans just keep shitting on him, especially his retirement, everyone just keeps bringing up Tom Aspinall, and Tom Aspinall beats Gane, beats Almeida, and there's nobody out there to beat Tom Aspinall. John Jones is absolutely going to come back because he's going to be like, I'm sick of all this. Like his ego just won't let him stay away from the spotlight. He will keep chiming in for years, I reckon. Tom Aspinall will keep having success, and he'll keep fucking pushing. Like we're going to see after every fight, John Jones is going to put out a tweet. Every time Tom Aspinall does something, he's going to put out a tweet. You know what type of guy Jon Jones is. And if Tom Aspinall keeps winning, he will come back. I 100% guarantee you. And if he loses, he will just jump on and say, oh, this is the guy people thought would beat me. You might just be my favorite autist. Hey, I'm glad to hear, you know. I'm the number one autist on fucking MMA, YouTube and Twitter. And I'm just, you know, people forget, man. Benny P. He's that guy. But yeah, like I'm saying, Jon Jones 100%. He's not going to stay away from the spotlight. He's going to be like Cejudo and Conor McGregor were when they were like during their hiatuses. He's just going to keep tweeting and talking on the sidelines, and eventually he'll come back. I can just see it. And hopefully he comes back very washed and Tom Aspinall knocks him out cold. That'd be that would be a hallelujah type moment, but sometimes good, happy endings don't happen in MMA, so maybe he'll realize, yeah, fuck, he would kill me, and he just stays away. But he will keep talking trash 100%. He'll only be relevant when he catches a case. Oh, 100%. 100%. That is just what it's going to be. Jon Jones would just keep talking smack, getting arrested, and yeah, who knows? Maybe we get a Jon Jones. Maybe Jon Jones takes his first loss in the street, like BJ Penn. Like, imagine some morbidly obese guy just chins Jon Jones in the street, and that's how Jon Jones gets his comeuppance. Some fat guy just knocks him out cold when Jon's like on a bender. That'd be crazy. Imagine that. Imagine that some fat guy is like the guy to chin Jon Jones. Just walking around the street, knocks out a fucking drunk, mixed up one. Book Volkov versus Kuniev, the best Russian heavyweights. People forget, man. Kuniev actually exceeded all expectations. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that fight. I think Volkov, they're trying to do Volkov versus Jailton Almeida, but maybe they'll do Almeida versus Tom Aspinall instead if Garn's still filming movies. People forget, man, Cyril Gahn is in a Netflix movie called KO. Even though he's never had one of those in his career, really, when you think about it. But, yeah, crazy. Cyril Gahn's, like, already taken these big opportunities. Both of them got robbed their last fight. Yeah, Volkov definitely got robbed. Kuniev, I think, did more damage in the second round, but third round, I don't know. I thought Kuniev won, but I wouldn't say robbery just because like he didn't do much in the third round. He was just getting outstruck. But Blades looked horrible. Apparently popped his ACL. That makes maybe some sense, but that was a horrible performance from Blades. But Kuniev's legit, 100% legit. DC bent him over easy. Couldn't escape because DC had fat hands, and that made it easy to toot to Jon. Couldn't got robbed against Blades. Why don't you do a long format prediction before each main event and find out and have you say like Volk does? Why don't you do a long format prediction video before each main event? I do that, Ned. I'm actually literally about to upload that video after this stream. I've got my video literally right here that I'm going to upload. I was just doing this stream to get a bunch of people in, so people could check this out when I end the stream. I thought, while I wait for it to upload and everything, I would go and stream. Sort of look like what MMA Guru does. He does that before videos. He'll go put a stream up, so he'll get like a bunch of people ready to watch, and then he can send them right to his other video. I thought that was very smart, so that's what I'm going to start doing now. But yeah, I did a pretty long video. Not super long, but yeah, I thought that would be a good idea. I'll start doing this, get all the viewers prepared. Tism Reckonism Ticketism 100%. Ilya versus Charles is going to be wild. It is. I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be much more competitive than people think it will be. 100%. People are really underestimating Charles, but I do. I mean, it's no secret. I've been saying all of my live streams that I do think Ilya is going to win, and I do still stand by that prediction, but I'm very excited to see that fight. But while I've got 12 viewers, I'm going to upload my video for UFC 317 Topuria vs. Oliveira full card prediction and breakdown. So make sure you guys go and check that out right now. I've just uploaded it. Go watch the video, like it. And if you're not already, subscribe, put on notifications. I'll see you guys all next time. But yeah, go watch my video, UFC 317 Topuria vs. Oliveira. Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be a competitive. Either Ilya's too small, they stand for 2 minutes, and Oliveira gets KO'd. I mean, that's true. That could definitely be a thing. Would you ever punch a black guy? I mean, I'll punch anybody if I have to. Like, self-defense situation, I'll fucking punch anybody. These hands don't racially discriminate. Anybody can get these hands if they fucking give me a reason. If that black guy is getting 100%. I think these guys have been lacking hard because they're always picking stupid favorites, not breaking down the style versus style end of the situation. That's very true. Very, very true. But I've uploaded the video, so yeah, make sure you guys go watch it now. And I'll see you guys. Make sure like the video, subscribe if you aren't already. I'll see you all guys next time. But yeah, go check the video out. Love you too, Macali, Tal. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Catches.